Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since we've last had a weekend recap episode. Listen, y'all have missed absolutely nothing since the last weekend recap episode. I have honestly been physically weak after overcoming nasal and cough congestion earlier this month, which y'all heard in the last weekend recap because my voice was just going in and out. I've also been mentally chewed and screwed and emotionally exhausted. This month of May, which happens to be Mental Health Awareness Month, has been a month of severe depression for me. This second month without PopPop has been literally indescribable. I've been a hot mess. I've cried at least every other day. However, I am trying my best to get it together. So this week is a big week. Welcome to my last week of sophomore season edition of Weekend Recap. I'm not even going to say anything about this week. Let's just get this show on the road and soak in all of these sweet moments and just see how it all goes. Bye. Love you. I love you too. Have a fun day. Yes, ma'am.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah!
Getting ready for the last show. This is crazy.
It's always crazy.
This is unreal. Oh God, I'm getting nervous. I hope they record.
Do not throw that at me in the middle of the show, please. I will.
Today is Friday, May 19th, and for the last time this year, we will be bringing you the morning announcements.
But it's also Fun Friday!
Before we get into our recap of the year, let's do one last Fun Friday fact.
Did you know that an ostrich's eye, I can't say that word. Ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain. That's why they're so stupid.
Oh my God, that is so good. I am so happy. Me too. Today was so good. I can't wait to tell y'all all about it when I get home. Okay, so it's been a while since we've been outside, so here we go. Today was unreal. It is crazy to think that this time next week I will be a junior and we will be done with sophomore season. So let me just go back and kind of like recap everything that happened today. So I started off my morning with one of my favorite teachers. She was my freshman English teacher, and so for the past several weeks I have made it a habit to at least see her once or twice a day or every other day. It just depends on what I have on my plate. I usually come see her when I have a break from classwork, or I'll spend lunch with her, but I will be spending lunch with her most definitely on Monday because I want to have like one last final lunch with her this year before we go on summer break. And I also promised myself that I would do that because I won't see her for a while, not only because of summer break of course, but she will be on maternity leave at the beginning of the year, so I'm super happy for her. But that's where I spent first period this morning. I didn't go to my actual first period because we are done with that class, so there's really no need for me to be there. And also that teacher still collects our phones before class even though we're not doing crap, and I'm not like, no, I'm not putting up with that. It's like, if we're not doing anything, why are you still collecting our phones? Like, be so for real. So I skipped her class today, and I will keep on skipping her class until I leave this for this year because it's exhausting. But the teacher that I went to for first period today, her room always has like this sense of peace and security, and like she always has her lights off, which is how I like it when I work as well. I like dark mode. And then after starting my morning there, I went to ITV. As mentioned earlier, today was our last morning announcements show for ITV for the rest of the year. I was extremely curious to see how well I was going to hold up, especially because I tend to be emotional towards the last week of school, but I think I did good. I think I was more so nervous than emotional. I don't know why, because I've been doing ITV for the past like 2 years. It's always that feeling of like, I hope this goes the way I envisioned it would, and it did, because I'm sort of low-key seniority for ITV. I got to kind of have a say in directing today's last show for the year and how everything would go. And when I say it was so perfect, like it was better than I could have ever imagined. I was on cloud nine and still am, because the excitement that filled the room was just overwhelming, and it felt good to finally be done with morning announcements. And it was by far the best last show that we ever had, honestly better than last year's last show. It was a good day. This weekend is going to be studying for exams, but it's been easy to manage because 2 out of my 7 classes don't have a final at all. I've already finished an exam early for our class, and then I will take 2 more exams next week, but it won't be on the day of the actual final schedule, which means, you know, I get to take it early. Then I have 2 exams that I will actually have to take on the half days. So by the time we get to Tuesday, I'll only have like 2 exams. So I'm thankful for that. We are almost at the finish line. I am so excited. Just think, this time next week, summer break, I am ready. Hey y'all, happy Saturday, good people. I'm trying to give y'all like a different view each day. So for the intro, we were on the couch. Yesterday we were outside, and today we are in my room. Something exciting. Couch Conversations episode 10 is live as of today. I cannot believe that Couch Conversations has made it to double digits. Like, this is so exciting. But anyways, the link for Couch Conversations episode 10 is in the description box below. Okay, so y'all know that I have tried to be more transparent because, like, what good is it if I show you guys my success without sharing the struggles that led me to that success? So let's be real. I am low-key scared. Like, I was just thinking yesterday, which is ultimately one of the worst things that I could do, especially the past 2 months of my life, which is think. So, you know, I'm like, oh crap. What if this summer is just as emotionally draining as the last one? Like, I really was not thinking about it, but it's really starting to get to me. Like, yes, I'm excited about closing out sophomore season, but at the same time, I'm like, am I about to get wrecked all over again like I did last summer after freshman year? Last summer, when my PopPop was alive, of course, he caught COVID the first week of my summer break. I did not see him for 2 weeks, and I was livid, okay? I was so upset. And also, there was some family feud. So by the time July came around, I was chewed and screwed with summer break last year. My paternal grandparents were a huge part of my summer break. Like, I was always at their house during the summertime. And now this is about to be my first summer without them both. This is a lot. Like, whew. But it's okay because I know that tomorrow's going to be fine and I'm going to be uplifted because of church, of course. And we're going to try to project good thoughts for summer break because that's what I need. Today has been a little bit of everywhere for me. It has been a mix of both good and bad. Today didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to, but it ended up, still being a good day, at least neutral or decent. But yeah, today has just been, it's been a day. But like I said, we got church tomorrow, and also 1 week from tomorrow will be Pentecost Sunday. I am so excited. Well, happy Sunday, y'all. Today was incredible. I was literally in awe. So let's talk about church. So first of all, can we just talk about how Corey killed praise and worship today? The first song was Be Glorified. That is a song that is always a vibe when Corey leads it. I just absolutely love that song. It's so celebratory.
Everybody say, Be thou glorified. Let's give him glory. Give him glory. Hallelujah.
Then for worship, they sang Your Majesty. My God, to just be able to bask in the presence of God and reflect on how majestic God is was so necessary today.
I worship you. In the beauty of holiness. Your majesty. For you're the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Said your name is matchless. You are a majesty. You are holy. You are righteous. We bless your name. Hey.
After worship, E. Dewey Smith started singing When the Saints Go to Worship, and he started singing a little bit of it, and then he let Mignon, my favorite singer, kind of take the lead on it, and it was just such a powerful moment in worship.
You're the King, and you're invited to come in. Come on, I don't hear nobody in this sanctuary. This tabernacle. Come on, invite the King in. You're the King, and you're invited to come in. Come on, in this sanctuary. This tabernacle. Come on, you're invited. You're the King to this sanctuary. This tabernacle. You're the King, and you're the King, and you're sanctuary. This tabernacle. Set me young.
For the sermon, you had James Cray, who was actually House of Hope Atlanta's youth pastor when I was little, and he came back to preach for E. Dewey Smith today, and it felt just like old times.
There's some moments that come in life where you just got to build up the courage. In fact, David said, I encourage myself. And there's moments where you got to pat yourself on the back. I know that graduation hadn't happened yet, but at least you completed this semester. I know you have not got to the place that you want to, but at least you're not not where you're used to be. Sometimes you got to just pick up and celebrate yourself. Y'all looking at me real funny, but is there anybody in this place right now that understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? That there are moments in life where you just got to show yourself some appreciation and thank God for what God has. Is there anybody that'll just stand up right now and give yourself a standing ovation and clap your hands for yourself? Because after all you've been through, God still allowed you to be here. Is there anybody that appreciates yourself? Sometimes you have to be okay with celebrating yourself. You know why that's hard for us to shout about? Because we've been told that we're supposed to put everybody else before us. But the challenge with putting everybody before you is that when you run out of energy and when you run out of money and when you run out of things, who gonna pour back into you?
Today was absolutely rejuvenating. Tonight, my favorite singer will be singing, and I'll be watching her live in a little bit. I cannot wait. I know she's about to wreck me. It's been a hot minute since I've heard her sing at an actual, recent event outside of House of Hope Atlanta. Been missing her for a little bit, so I'm excited to hear her tonight because I know she is going to go in. Well, hey y'all never see this side of my bathroom, but I am just in here putting on my pinky acrylic because it actually fell off while I was at school today, so that was fun. So I have been waiting to get home so I can put it back on. But y'all know the spring break edition of Weekend Recap is the longest Weekend Recap episode on my channel. If we're being honest, I think that this Weekend Recap might outdo that one. I'm going to talk about Mignon from last night and stuff like that and share highlights from that. But first, let's talk about today and get the bad over with. Today marks 2 months since my PopPop passed away, and I have tried to keep it together today. It's been emotional. I feel like I handled it, pretty well the first half of the day, but then the second half of the day has been just very emotional. It's been, neutral. It's been decent. It's been both good and bad. I will say that depression is real. That's the truth of the matter, and there's no other way around it. I've definitely been in my own world today, just trying to recover. And I'm probably going to go cry again later tonight. God bless. Usually I do a pretty good job at hiding grief because people see me as a leader. So in tradition, it's a given that I'm there for other people. And because people see me make a comeback through crap and, I put on what is just a brave face, people stop asking how you're doing because it's the assumption that everything is back to normal, but it's not. No one ever talks about how it is or how it feels to be needed by other people, but you also need someone else. But, you don't want to ask for it because you feel like it should just be a natural thing. So it's just a lot. But today made me smile for multiple different reasons. And so there's a mix of happiness thrown into, the heartbreak today. For first period, I actually went to my math teacher's classroom today and spent first period with her, which kind of helped a little bit with today and everything. And then the same teacher that I went to on Friday during first period is the same teacher that I went to for lunch today. I wrote a card for her too, just going back and thanking her for always letting me come in her room. We have such a special relationship, and I'm so grateful that she got to be my teacher. She's always going to be one of my queens for life. Here is a quick listen to the reaction to what I wrote her.
I can't with you. I'm gonna cry.
I don't know.
If it's that long, then yes.
You might.
This girl
You bring them.
comes in here. Oh my. Unannounced. And she's just gonna
She's literally the sweetest teacher I've ever had in school, period. And I am a paragraph person when it comes to showing my love, appreciation, and gratitude for a given person that I write to. Every person is different. You can even ask my friends if I've written them, a meaningful paragraph or something that has made them cry or, anything like that. Watch them all say yes, okay? Like, I also love when someone writes me paragraphs too. Like, I kid you not, almost everyone that wrote in my yearbook this year wrote me a paragraph. But I strongly believe in honor and taking time to thank the people that, helped you get to where you are now. And everything I told y'all about my freshman English teacher on Monday and Friday is why I love, being with her as much as I can. While we're, on the subject of honor, let's just go here for a minute when talking about honor and giving credit where credit is due. I speak highly of House of Hope Atlanta and Pastor E. Dewey Smith because they have a huge part in who I am today as far as ministry and church and all things like that. One example is watching E. Dewey Smith sing hymns growing up. That was such a game changer for me because our church never sang hymns, okay? It would only be on Communion Sunday and we would literally sing Great is Thy Faithfulness. And I'm not knocking Great is Thy Faithfulness because honestly, that is one of my favorite hymns. But I knew like the basic ones like that one, Amazing Grace, Blessed Assurance, How Great Thou Art, I Need Thee, What a Friend We Have in Jesus, stuff like that. But coming up under E. Dewey Smith, like I got like the deep, like good hymns like Draw Me Nearer, Sweet Holy Spirit, Walk With Me, Precious Jesus, also known as Forever to Worship Thee, Praise Him, also known as Jesus Blessed Savior, Revive Us Again, and many more. Like the list is endless. House of Hope in Atlanta and E. Dewey Smith gave me and is still giving me what my own church couldn't do for me when I needed it. So House of Hope Atlanta has filled in the gaps of my churchy childhood. And because of this exposure to hymns, I have a greater love for them and the significance. And that is strictly because of E. Dewey Smith and House of Hope Atlanta. And even Mignon, my favorite singer, baby, enough said. Like, I've been one of her biggest fans since the day I fell in love with her voice and heard her sing for the first time, which was actually on a House of Hope Atlanta record, which was 14 years ago. She has pulled me out of so many dark places in my life. Her voice has been with me through so many highs and lows of my life. I'm telling you now that you will be exhausted as crap if you even attempt to find anybody who can do it like her, because you won't. Like, she's also the reason why I've been able to stick with ministry as long as I have, so young, because the way that she carries herself in ministry and in general, period, like, that's something you don't find on this earth and in every church. Like, I find so much of her in me. Like, it's crazy. Our fathers both sing. We're PKs, worship leaders, grew up in church, grew up singing, like all the things. And when she like talks and says certain things, I'm like, I would literally say the same thing. So I'm saying all of this to say, be sure to always go back and give honor to the people who have made an impact on your life and have helped you to get to where you are now. It'll make you appreciate your journey and your life more. Trust me. Oh, and speaking of Mignon, that girl took me in as always. She sang yesterday in Texas for a church anniversary celebration. She sang there last year too and blew it out the ballpark, and she did not disappoint this time either. You know, I was low-key upset at the congregation because they were literally dead up in there. If I was in the room, oh baby, there is no way you would have seen me sitting down. God has done so much for me that you wouldn't even dare see me just sitting down. Now, before she even got started singing, she did this. This is how you start right here. This is how they used to start praise and worship back in my day.
Glory, glory, glory. Glory, 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 glory. Singing my body, but glory, 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 glory.
I'm like, you ain't even sang nothing yet and you already stirring us up. Like, please. The first song was To Our God, Baby. Enough said. She starts off cute and then takes us in. This happens every single time.
Come on, help me say it. Say we will. Come on, up our hands to our God, to our God, to thee we ascribe. Come on, we ascribe. Come on, say it. To our God, come on, come on, put your hands together. Yeah. Come on, everybody, put your hands on it. Come on. We worship, adore you, we declare, nobody like you, nobody like you. We worship, adore you, we declare, nobody like you. Say it again. We worship, adore you, we declare, nobody like you. Oh, we worship, oh, adore you, oh, we declare, nobody like you. Oh, we worship, oh, adore you, Lord, we declare, nobody like you. Oh, we worship, oh, adore you, oh, we declare, nobody like you.
And then she went into a classic that I love, Things Will Work Out by Ricky Dillard.
Whatever you do for me, for me, for me, however things turn out to be, as long as you're in control, I know things will work out for me. Come on, can I sing that one more time?
And then to bring it all home and, you know, wrap the bow around it, she finished off with Deliver Me by Donald Lawrence. This is the song that she went viral for back in either December 2019 or 2020. I forget, but I know it was in December when she did her own cover, and she blew up like crazy.
Lord, deliver me, 'cause all I seem to do is hurt me. Hurt me. Oh, Lord, deliver me, 'cause all I seem to do is hurt me. Hurt me. Lord, deliver me, 'cause all I seem to do is hurt me. Hurt me. Lord.
But y'all, my girl did good last night. Listen, if you don't want church, don't call me on, because listen, it's always going to be a good time with her. I am so proud. I will see y'all tomorrow. Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. So I am on my bed right now because usually when I do vlogs in my room, I sit in my little desk chair and nook area, but right now it has a lot of books and stuff, and I don't feel like moving it and putting it somewhere else. So we're here. So something exciting. I posted my recap of sophomore season today. It is a Tuesday Talk episode. Make sure you go check it out. The link is in the description box below for y'all. Ugh, details. It is so good. Now, I will say that y'all might have seen, a little uploading glitch when the episode aired, and I'm going to explain that briefly. When it comes to sharing my journey about my past experiences, it is crazy for people to assume my level of brokenness, that I'm not over something or I am over something, especially when many people have not sat in the same seat of life as me. But one of the greatest things about being a Christian is that God graces you to forgive someone. And so when I share things from my struggles with life events or people, it is my experience, and God allows us to go through certain things to use as a testimony for other people who may struggle with the same thing. Basically what my platform has always been for. And in life, you're gonna fall out with people. It's life, okay? I mean, God will take you through seasons of your life to show you that you can do life without certain people that you thought you needed to do life with. And when you do what God tells you to do, people aren't gonna like you. People won't always get it. And people won't always understand because they fall off, and that's fine. Relationships are never about history. It's about bond. Now, yes, I believe that history can sometimes, have something to do with the, effect of the bond, but I don't think we should always focus on the history. Once you appreciate people for who they are in your life versus what they can do for you, you learn a lot about relationships with other people. And once you learn that it's rather bond over history, you're okay with losing people who aren't meant to be a part of what your version of forever looks like, or who God sees fit to be a part of your forever. That's why I don't believe in the term, best friends forever. It takes someone faithful, loyal, respectful, trustworthy enough for me to say best friends forever in a confident way. I aired the first version of my recap of sophomore season the first time thinking that it wasn't going to be a problem. But of course, when you are a Christian, new levels equal new devils, okay? So I'm assuming that a part in what I was sharing the first time was interpreted a different way than intended. But you have to realize, okay, it's the end of the school year. We got 3 more days left, okay? I get it. There's something that is always going to be stirred up during the last week of school. But that's fine, because one thing I know is that my God has never failed to protect me, okay? And I stand on that with 100% belief. So therefore, God's protection resulted in a new upload. So there you go. Thanks for just working with me, y'all. Nevertheless, it is still going to be a great summer. And there is a song by Rich Tolbert Jr. featuring Daryl Walls called He'll Find a Way, also known as Get the Glory. Y'all, I have had that on loop all week. God will always find a way to get the glory. Like, always. Now that we have addressed that, back to our scheduled programming. Today was good. I spent first through third period with my favorite teacher. I have been in her room literally every day this week, and it has been fun. Then fourth period, I went to my actual fourth period. Shocking. I played Uno with my friends. Here's a little bit of that.
I thought we were on a. Wait, don't you gotta.
You can.
Don't do that to
It's
me.
the same thing. You put it down.
It matches, you know what I'm saying?
All right, is already switching the color?
Fifth period was an exam. Sixth period was preparation for an exam. Seventh period was chill time. Literally, I am going to school to do nothing, guys, okay? Today was overall a great day. That's it for today. I love y'all so much, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Hey y'all, happy Thursday. It has been a gorgeous day outside, so I decided to come out here and vlog and talk to y'all a little bit. But tomorrow is the last day of my sophomore year. And also, before I forget, please be sure to go check out today's Thursday Thoughts episode. The link for you guys will be in the description box below. House of Hope Atlanta did not have Bible study last night, and neither did our church. So it was, kind of nice to have, this little break in routine But I am ready for Pentecost Sunday though, because I'm curious as to what House of Hope Atlanta is going to do. They always go up and up and up, and I honestly don't know like how much higher they can go because they top it off every single year. Now, I didn't get to come on here yesterday because I went out with my parents last night to a few stores to shop in preparation for our family vacation, which y'all will see this weekend. I have been waiting on this vacation for a while now. The last decent like vacation or getaway was like September 2022, so like last year, and that was my birthday weekend when we rented a condo, went on a dolphin cruise, and went to the beach, went to the pool, everything. Literally just the perfect getaway. After PopPop's hospital scare in October of last year, our family really just kind of slowed down the traveling schedule a little bit because of his medical conditions and how demanding they were. We really just kind of kept a close eye on PopPop and didn't really go on a whole lot of trips. We didn't even travel for Christmas because we just knew that things were coming to an end, and so we just wanted to be, you know, here at home. Coming into this year, being 2 months since his passing, life has been slowing down a lot. But we were so boggled down with the responsibility of taking care of PopPop. And so now that we don't have that responsibility anymore, you know, we're able to do a lot more now. After, you know, a few months of hardcore struggle, trust me when I say this vacation is much needed. This week has honestly been a vibe. Another day of doing nothing at school. I've actually been enjoying it though, just being with my favorite people, my friends, teachers. I've been at school, but I haven't been to class. Like, I've been in other teachers' rooms besides my own actual classes. It cracks me up. Tomorrow we have 4th, 5th, and 6th exams. But my fourth period is having a class party tomorrow. We're just going to be, you know, eating, chilling, hanging out, playing games, all that stuff. 5th period, I'm going to be helping one of my favorite teachers clean her room. And then 6th period, I actually have an exam. That will be my last exam for the year, and I'll be done. It has been a great year. I'm so thankful for all of my people. Of course, I lost PopPop during the school year, but it did not stop me from finishing this year as great as I did. I almost, you know, quit several times. I had the odds against me, as they say, but my friends never, and I mean never, let me give up, and I owe them everything for that because, child, had it been up to me, I don't know where we would have ended up. And you know, I kind of am like the leader of the pack because I'm older than majority of my friend group, so I'm usually the one giving the pep talks and the encouragement, you know. But when I needed the pep talks and encouragement and support, my friends came and stood right beside me, no questions asked whatsoever. They held me up when I hit rock bottom, and I just couldn't have been more grateful for that. They are indeed the best. So happy for myself. I'm so happy for all of us. Like, we truly deserve this. Like the gospel song says, we've come this far by faith, and I mean that literally too. This time tomorrow, I will be a junior. Today's the last day of sophomore season. I am so excited. But while I get ready, let's talk mental health to close out Mental Health Awareness Month, because mental health is such a borderline topic of discussion. It's like we talk about it and then we don't. We say it's important, but then we don't treat it like it is for real. And it's just a whole thing. Like, life isn't perfect, and we all have our moments where we get hit hard with anxiety and depression, and it happens to us all. And we should never compare each other's mental illnesses with other people, you know, because invalidation is a different kind of crazy. There are people where they're good and then they get hit with something hard, or people either grow up or get thrown into a toxic environment that leads them into, you know, a deeper black hole of anxiety and depression. And I grew up hearing the saying that hurt people, broken people break people. And that's very true. I think at some point in everyone's life, you know, you experience the brokenness of other broken people, or another term used in our culture, bleeding on someone else. And for me, being someone that grew up with both parents in the home, married, a Christian, very structured and disciplined, I have to remind myself that that's not the case for a lot of kids my age. So what may be love to me is something that kids haven't even experienced because they were never afforded the opportunity to see what love is supposed to look like. And I have a diverse friend group of people coming from all backgrounds and situations in life. I've been able to adjust to many different levels. And I tell my people from day one, I said, I give you permission to be real and honest with me. There's no stigma here. There's no judgment. I always have my phone on me. Always. Okay. I tell my friends, if you need anything, call me. If there's anything I can do for you in general, and even anything that will save you from taking your own life, baby, call me. And I'm being real because I've really had to do that before. I kid you not. One of my best friends who I claimed my little brother, this was back in the pandemic days where we only saw each other through Zoom, but he typed in the chat, this is the last time y'all will see me. And I knew instantly that that was a red flag. And boy, I went into this mode where the only thing I could think about was I can't let my brother do that to himself. And so I'm so glad that he's in a much better place now and that I got my brother back, because the person he was becoming was a path that wasn't going to be good for him. And so I'm glad that I took the opportunity to seriously pour into him the way that I did. But I believe it's time for us to get better at being there for each other and extending grace to those who are in a rough place of life. I'm not saying accept misbehaving characteristics that follow mental illness if it occurs, because there is a way to balance without condoning things, which has a lot to do with maturity. But how we can start helping each other in mental health is just by listening to each other, supporting each other, and just checking on your people. We got to listen too for the out-of-pocket things that might sound like jokes, which are actually suicidal thoughts too, because that's how we learn the red flags that something isn't right. And it's not only just listening to each other, but finding or creating this safe place and group of people to share our emotions with. If you can't be the happy you and the broken you with someone, something has got to give. I never believe that you should have to change anything about yourself to gain more love. If people can't accept the broken part of you just as much as they adore and accept the joyful part of you, it is giving a major red flag. And I pray that we all find ways to get better in our mental health and connect with caring people that love us enough to be with us through our highs and lows of life, so that we can thrive and not just survive. And I also pray that we don't suffocate in silence from our struggles, and that we become okay with being real. So that's my mental health talk with y'all for Mental Health Awareness Month. I hope y'all felt rejuvenated after this talk. It is okay to not be okay. I love y'all.
Three hours later.
Oh my God! Have a wonderful summer, guys! Come back and visit!
Later.
I know it's late because I have been doing a lot since I got out of school, but guess what? I am a junior. When I say today was seriously like the best day, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I had the chance to go see all my teachers and previous teachers and make my rounds before break. I am so glad that I got rid of the plastic bag that I brought to school with the cookies for the class party earlier today, because there would have been no way that I would have been able to take home cookies, cupcakes, baby. I'd be dead. So I'm glad that my teachers took some and my friends had some, because listen, there was no way I was bringing all that home. Well, junior, oh my goodness, that title feels good. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm like frozen. Not like Elsa though. And I also want to say congratulations to this vlog, because it is officially the longest weekend recap on this channel. Second place is officially spring break recap. It was bound to happen. Oh, thank God. Now I can turn off my alarms for 2.5 months. I am so excited about that. Well, that's it for this week, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching me go from a sophomore to a junior. It has been real. I cannot believe that I just fit my whole last week under an hour. I'll see y'all this weekend for vacation.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've been through. And what it took for me just to get here. And what it took for me just to get here. Had some highs and I had some lows. Had some highs and I had some lows. I wanted to